The envelope waited like a guillotine blade on the hospital tray. My name is Nora Vale. 29 years old. I surfaced from a month-long coma to sterile silence. No visitors, no get-well balloons, only crisp ivory paper embossed with the crest of Vale Manor, Darien, Connecticut. My father's elegant script sliced across it. Nora, the family has voted. Medical costs end here. You're on your own now. Regards, Richard. I read it until the words blurred. Then the sobs came, jagged and silent, scraping my raw throat. Fluorescent tubes hummed overhead. A wilted arrangement of white lilies drooped in a plastic vase. Nurse Elena adjusted my eyes soft with pity. 29 days unconscious, she murmured. Anyone visit? I croaked. She paused. Your stepmother stopped by 10 days ago. Handled paperwork. Said bills transfer to your name. The flowers are from her. I already knew. For years I'd scraped by on graveyard ER shifts in Norwalk, covering rent, groceries, everything. Yet I'd never removed Dad as my emergency contact, some stubborn, childish hope that one day he'd show up. He hadn't. The bill estimate arrived the next morning. 6 figures for trauma care, neurosurgery, physical therapy. My limbs still trembled lifting a cup. I stared at the ceiling, calculating survival, when the real mistake revealed itself. Richard had forgotten the promise my mother, Clara, made before the accident. He'd also forgotten the stranger who appeared on day 4. Charcoal suit, silver cufflinks, quiet authority that cut through the antiseptic air. Elliot Ramsey, he introduced himself, placing a slim portfolio on the overbed table. Executor of the Clara Vale Revocable Trust. We've been attempting contact since your 30th birthday approached. I blinked. 30? I'm 29. Correct. Provisions activate early under certain conditions, hospitalization being one. He opened the folder. Yellow document, Clara S. Looping signature, notary. Seals. Then the bombshell, a waterfront property at 7 Harbor Crest Road, purchased in her name alone, months before her wedding to Richard. Placed in trust solely for me. Valued now at millions. Your father has resided there rent-free, Ramsey continued evenly. He leveraged it repeatedly as security for business loans. All correspondence, certified notices, account statements, was redirected and acknowledged. By Victoria. My stepmother. 16 years of being called ungrateful, a drain, a reminder of failure, shattered into cold fury. Flashback to the mansion on the Sound, marble foyer, crystal chandelier, Sunday dinners set for 4. Richard presiding, Victoria at his right, half-brothers Ethan and Lucas opposite. No place for me. If I appeared anyway, Victoria's smile tightened. We weren't expecting an extra, darling. I'll fetch another plate, if we have one. Richard scrolled emails, never glancing up. The night everything changed. Age 13, piano competition at the community center. Dad swore he'd collect me at 9. He never arrived. I sat on concrete steps in the drizzle, phone dying, until I dialed Mom. I'm on my way, sweetheart. Stay put. Torrential rain. An SUV ran a stop sign. Head on. Clara died at 10:12 p.m. in the same hospital wing I now occupied. Richard showed up at midnight, face thunderous. She rushed out in that weather for you. At the graveside, my Aunt Lydia pressed me close. Clara made certain you'd never be left wanting. I assumed she meant love. Victoria arrived 2 years later. Family portraits vanished. My music stand became storage. When I asked about keepsakes, Richard's voice turned to ice. Your mother left obligations. I settled them. Topic closed. Until the coma. Until the letter. Until the question that burned. If I'm worthless, why forge my name on loan documents? A fortnight later, still unsteady but determined, I entered the annual Vale Foundation fundraiser at the Yacht Club. Richard stood at the podium, basking in applause for his visionary philanthropy. Victoria glittered in the VIP row. As the ovation died, I stepped forward, plain coat over hospital-issued sweats, and lifted the recorded deed. Ramsey's statement followed from the side aisle, title clear, mail fraud, unauthorized encumbrance. A financier at table 3 rows, phone already out. Funding frozen pending review. Richard's smile faltered, then rallied. I held his gaze. You convinced a grieving child she caused her mother's death, I said, voice carrying across the room. That poison stops tonight. Ethan hesitated, then walked over and stood silently at my shoulder. No words, just presence. By autumn, the trust transferred fully. Hospital debt cleared. The Darien estate sold. I bought a modest loft overlooking the river. Sunrise, not shadows. Hung the single surviving photo of Clara smiling at the keys. For the first time, I inhaled without apology. Some inheritances arrive in silence.